welcome him with a big round of applause. Varun. Fail spectacularly. Varun, fail spectacular.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and all the future Toastmasters. 2 years ago, I delivered my icebreaker speech over here. And immediately after that, I felt as if I have conquered my fear of public speaking. And now, the only thing I wanted from the Toastmaster was to win these ribbons. One Sunday, the meeting was scheduled to happen at a hill station. And myself, in a pursuit to win the ribbon, decided to deliver a speech on my trip to a hill station. My speech had an adventure and also a word of caution to the audience. You know why? Because immediately after the meeting, they had planned for a trek that day. Later, during the break, a member came to me with a banana in his hand. He took a bite and said, "Very good speech, Varun. I loved it." I thanked him and then asked him the question. "So, what do you think? Will I win?" "That I don't know." Let it be, I said to myself. I will wait for the results. But hey, I didn't win that. But I knew one thing. I desperately wanted to win the ribbon. So for my next speech, I thought of a more interesting story. This one about a ghastly road accident and how I rushed the victim to the hospital and saved his life. After I gave my speech, audience came to me and applauded for my heroic deed. I was very confident that definitely I'm going to win the ribbon. Later, during the break, the same member came to me. This time he was eating idli. "Wonderful speech, Varun. You're a hero, man. You're a hero." I thanked him once again and asked the same question. "So, sir, what do you think? Will I win?" "That I don't know." Well, even I don't know why I didn't win that day. But I realized one thing. To win the ribbon, it wasn't just about my own speech, but also who else is speaking on that day. So I decided to wait for a right opportunity when none of the advanced speakers are speaking. And also when Sanjeev is not delivering his most awaited speech. One day just before the meeting could start, I saw our VP education completely tensed. So I went to him and asked, "Hey, what's the problem? Everything okay?" "Varun, 2 advanced speakers backed out. We now have just 2 P1 speakers." "What? 2 advanced speakers backed out? Oh no. Oh yes! This indeed was my big opportunity to win the ribbon." So I quickly told him, "Don't worry, my friend. I will deliver my P4 speech today." "Thank you, Varun. You really saved me. Thanks a lot." That day, I delivered my speech with full energy and fervor to win the ribbon. Later that day, during the break, the same member came to me, now with samosa in his hand. "Varun, wait. Tasty, fabulous speech, fabulous." I thanked him once again, but this time I asked him a direct question. "So, will you vote for me?" "Let me drink water and come." He just went to drink water and didn't even come back. Let it be. I went back and sat on my seat with my fingers crossed, waiting for the results. The general evaluator came and made an announcement. Since we had only 3 speeches today, out of which only 2 speakers could qualify, so we won't be conducting the vote for the best debate speaker. No, not again! That day, just after the meeting, I gave a cold look to the timer for taking his role very seriously. I don't know why, what was happening, why am I not winning? Was there some jinx or somebody in the Toastmaster has cast a spell on me? But I was determined that I won't give up without winning the ribbon. My next speech was P5, Your Body Speaks, and I decided to make the most of my body. I decided to give a speech on dancing. And to add the cherry on the cake, I even closed my speech with a dance move. And I involved the gorgeous Toastmaster of the day. I got a thunderous applause from the audience. But later, as I was moving outside the auditorium during the break, I saw the same audience member. Even before he could see me, I just ran. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to lose again. I just want to break this jinx. So I quickly went and sat silently at my seat, waiting again for the results. The Toastmaster of the day came. And then while he was announcing the name of the winners, I was on the edge of my seat, waiting. And guess what? The best prepared speaker was none other than me! Yes! Finally I did it! I won! And then I walked confidently to the stage to collect my first red ribbon. I even took a selfie after that and uploaded with the caption, "Won spectacularly." The next day, I went to my office with head high in confidence. All my friends and colleagues congratulated me. My boss, for a change, was happy on me. And he said, "Varun, now I want you to be the MC for tonight's evening party where we will be hosting it for our delegates." Later, my boss sends me a shocker through mail. Because when I read it, it said, "Varun, your MC for tonight will be entertaining the guests with his humorous speech." Humor? And me? Not at all possible. I was very bad at humor. I never tried humor even in my Toastmaster project speeches. Because I never wanted to make a fool of myself. Believe me guys, that evening at the party, the audience didn't witness comedy from me, but instead, tragedy. Forget about even speaking for an hour, I couldn't even make them entertained for even 5 minutes. Because very soon, the delegates started leaving towards the bar. Most of the guests started chit-chatting among themselves. And the only person, believe me, the only person who was listening to me was none other than my boss, who was very angry. That day, my friends, I failed miserably. The entire week I was very low. I didn't even attend my own club meeting. Instead, I went ahead and attended another club meeting in Mumbai. Over there, I saw the same member who I used to meet every day during a break. But this time, for a change, he wasn't just eating, but delivering his Project 8 speech for the 3rd time. After the meeting, I went to him and asked, "So why are you delivering the same speech for the 3rd time?" Well, the first time when I gave the speech, I felt horribly. But I didn't realize I learned a lesson because of it. So every time I failed, I learned something new. That's why I never bothered about winning 6 ribbons. Because for me, it's the learning that matters. That's why I never could answer your question, who will win? That day, my friends, he made me realize my mistake. And I have now stopped chasing these ribbons. Now, I come over here every day, not to win, but to fail. Yes, learning by failing. Last year, I participated in a humorous speech contest. I was very bad at humor. My content wasn't that hilarious. In fact, I had a fever that day. But on the day of contest, believe me, my friends, I didn't fail miserably, but instead I failed spectacularly. Because you know why? Because I won the experience of contesting a humorous speech contest. When, my friends, when are you planning to deliver your next prepared speech? When are you planning to attend the next table topic? So when the next time you come on this stage, believe me, you will never fail miserably over here, but instead would learn something new and would fail spectacularly. Over to you.